Hey, ladies and gents, welcome back to Hike, Heal, and Hustle, where we walk boldly in our power, one trail, one truth, and one transformation at a time. I'm Randy Black, and whether you're here to move your body, protect your peace, or build your bag, you're in the right place. So, today, as you can see, is a solo episode. It is personal, but it is powerful. We're talking about solo hiking, not just for the thrill of the trail, but for the strength it builds inside you. So, grab your water, I got mine. Lace up your boots, and let's get into it. So, solo hiking can feel intimidating, especially for women, but it can also be one of the most empowering things you ever do for your body. You're not just working up a sweat, you're building self trust. So, why solo hike? Well, you get to listen to your own rhythm, take breaths when you want, explore what calls you. You become more aware of your body cues: hydration, fatigue, hunger, power. You prove to yourself that you don't need a crowd to climb a mountain. Now, you know how the algorithm be algorithming. I don't even know why I chose to say that word. It's hard for me. So, as someone who likes to hike and do outdoorsy things, I get a lot of social media around that. Male and female, black and white, Asian. It don't matter. If you have a social media presence that includes hiking, I see it and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm now getting into camping intense. I will talk about it on another episode. So I see a lot of hiking videos for the last couple of years. I will tell you this in preparation for this particular episode, which I have entitled Solo Hiking, Facing Fears, Finding Strength. I went back to find the first solo hiking that I did. Pretty sure it's the first. And I actually recorded the narrative when I got. It was in Atlanta. It's called Cascade Springs Preserve in Atlanta. I have been wanting to do it. It'll be 3 years this end of the summer that I did it. What I find so hilarious is the narrative that I was recording. So I have my phone and I'm recording what I'm seeing and I'm talking about, okay, yes, I'm by myself. I knew very little about this hike. It's less than a mile, it's 0.8 miles. Excuse me. Initially, I went the wrong way. And there's a video of me saying, okay, I'm going the wrong way to find the waterfall. It's not a big waterfall. It's water that falls. And I remember, so I recorded this on my phone and a bug or something flew in my eye while I'm recording. And I say it in the video. Oh my God, something flew in my eye. I said, I'm not a nature girl. Now, when I listened to that video, I listened to it, like I said, in preparation of this episode, talking about hiking solo. And the video that I did for my last hike, which is at Vogel State Park, completely different. I am not that same person anymore. And I love it. I love the confidence that solo hiking has brought me from that first one. I am so glad that I recorded that. So now I can go back and I think I'm going to put it on YouTube so you can listen to what I said. So I'm showing the scenery and then I'm talking about it. So I have like 3 or 4 videos where I've done that, talking about the hike. And then the last one in particular is when I left and I said, basically that I did it, I loved it, and I would do it again. It is one of my favorite hikes. And I think because it's not, there's no grandiose waterfall, it's a short hike, it's close, but it means something to me because it was my first solo hike. And doing that gave me such courage. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Doing this does more for you than just moving your body. Here is a trail tip, and this is what I did. Cascade Springs Preserve is 0.08 miles. Start with a short local hike or hikes, depending. Build up your confidence. Look for something that's under 3. I might say, if you can, under a mile, just to get your feet wet. Something that is looped and popular. Cascade Springs Preserve is popular here. Now, when I say it's popular, for me, it means that there are other people there. Not that there's a lot of people, but because the day I went, there were some people, but also the day that I went for my first solo hike at Cascade Springs, it was raining. So a lot of people weren't there, but there were still people there. If it's your first solo, you may need other people there to make you feel more comfortable. And this is to help you build your confidence and familiarity and still pack a hiking bag. I use this little cosmetic bag, and I put in my sunblock or sun protection, some snags. I have my water, not this because this don't close, but I do have a hiking water bottle. You can get them anywhere. You want to stay hydrated, even if you're doing a short hike. That's my tip. Now we got to hit the second pillar, which is heal. We want to face our fear and going to listen to your inner voice. This is actually where the magic happens. When you walk alone, especially in nature, there's nowhere to hide from your thoughts. And believe it or not, that's a gift. I remember one hike early on, one of the earlier ones. I was afraid. Even that first one, I was kind of afraid. I definitely was afraid of getting lost. And if I have the courage, I'll post a video where I said, I'm going the wrong way. Now, the fact of the matter is, I wasn't lost. I was going the wrong way because what I wanted to see was this waterfall before it started raining. And if I'm going the opposite direction and the rain is coming, I wasn't lost, but I wasn't on the right path. Something that you could fear is getting lost. I will tell you, one of the bigger hikes that I did, it was a more difficult hike. It was easy to get lost. And I actually have been, I don't want to say lost. I would say I was on the wrong path. Oh, more than one occasion with a solo hike. It can happen, and it can be a fear of yours. Wild animals. The first that I always hear about when I first started posting my hikes, and I would say, "Oh yeah, I was alone." People were like, "Oh my God, you're not afraid of snakes?" Yeah, I'm afraid of snakes. Not enough not to go. Oh my gosh, like I have been on so many hikes. Yes, I have seen snakes. My daughter and I went on a hike, and it was like right in front of us, minding its own business. And he was like, "Look, y'all in my way." And we was like, "Dude, go, go." And he just slid across. We have the video. And was I afraid? I think my fear of it happening was more than when it happened because of where we were. My daughter saw it first and she was like, "There's a snake in front of us." We could see it ahead of us. And I was like, "It sure is." It was not a venomous snake. We were fine. Nothing happened. People stopped. They took pictures. They took video. Nothing happened. Then the other fear that you may have is the fear of being alone with your thoughts. But each step silenced the noise and amplified my inner voice. I'm being very real with you about that. One of my favorite things about hiking alone is the silence. I am a forest sound healer, so I love the sound of the forest. I love the silence. When I am hiking with people, we're talking friends and family. I've never gone hiking with anybody who doesn't know me personally. I will tell them beforehand, listen, this is what I'm used to. I started hiking by myself. When we get out there are going to be times where I am going to want to be by myself and listen to the forest. And they know that. They'll either keep going. In most cases, they find a place and they enjoy the noise of the forest. They'll hear the leaves rustling, whatever wherever we are and whatever we hear. One of my friends, he likes to look at the flowers, and he'll go looking at his flowers. But we all take a moment to be alone with the silence and hearing our inner voice, whatever that means for you. So we're going to talk about some of these common fears. What if something happens? Preparation is protection, not propaganda. What will people think? They're not hacking your past, sis. What you can say to them is, this is, you're not hacking my path. Because I did get a lot of people who asked me about it. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. You got to be careful. This is not your path. If this is not something that you want to do, then don't do it. What if I get too deep in my head? Then you will finally hear yourself. That is the point. Believe it or not, there are people who do fear that because there's nothing distracting you. At Vogel State Park, there is no cell reception. We were deep in the forest with no reception and nothing but the sounds of nature, and absolutely loved it. And you do get in your head. But I've done it enough that I like being there. I like getting in my head. Honey, I get some of my best ideas out there. So here's a healing practice. Take a short solo hike with no music or a podcast, just you and the sounds around you. Afterwards, journal what came up. What fears did you face? What strength did you notice? Now, I would say, as far as journaling is concerned, when I first started, mine was on video. I would say how I felt, and you journal the way you journal. You might get out your phone. Those are my healing practice tips for you. Let's take an affirmation break. I'll take a moment to speak life over ourselves. So I'm only going to do this one time. I know I usually do it 3, but this is a long one. Repeat after me, or you can just say it silently from your heart, okay? Take a deep breath, hold it as long as you feel comfortable, and then release, okay? I am strong enough to walk alone. I release fear and embrace my inner wisdom. Every step I take connects me to my courage. I trust myself. I'm guided. I'm grounded. I am becoming more powerful with every stride. Breathe that in. Breathe that in. Hold on to it on the trail and in your life. Third pillar, we're going to have some confidence in the trail to your life goals. So here's a part folks don't talk about. How solo hiking makes you bold beyond the trail. That confidence spills into other areas of your life. You start making decisions without over explaining. You speak up more at work. You advocate for your needs because, honey, if you can handle yourself in the woods or forest, what's an email? What's a meeting or a negotiation? Girl, we got this. So here's your hustle reminder. Confidence is currency. Every solo hike is a deposit in your self-worth account. Every solo hike is a deposit in your self-worth account. You're just not walking for cardio. You're walking for clarity, courage, and control over your narrative. Here's another tip. If solo hiking isn't feasible yet, start with solo walks in your neighborhood or a city trail. It's the same principles. It's the same empowerment. And don't forget, you can hike your hustle by creating a space for stillness and strategy. So we're going to wrap this on up. What did we talk about today? Today we walked through fear and found our strength. So, whether you're hiking a trail or a tough life season, you've got everything you need within you. If this episode inspired you, share it with your family, share it with your friends. Post your solo hikes. Tag me. I'm at Hike Heal and Hustle on Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, put a comment with your pictures. When I tell you, I would love to see your journey. And if you haven't yet, you know what to do. Rate and review the podcast. It helps the community grow. So until next time, hike for your body, heal for your spirit, hustle for your legacy. Stay grounded, and keep rising.